And what I have for you in this video is the devil's plan. Okay? Listen closely on the devil's plan. Number one, the devil will manipulate, enslave, and destroy your family. It'll do it to your friends and the strangers that will encounter your path. Why? Because he needs them working for him, the agency. And the way he does this is through tricking the women. Okay, the women, when they fall, usually the men follow after. It's just been since the beginning that when the woman fell, the man followed. Alright? That's why it's very important that the man leads the family, but he leads from the light. Because when he's leading and he leads from the light, the woman shall follow into the light, the path of the light. And the children will follow suit right after. And then you'll have a good family home with a good structure. It's just the world will be evil and you'll be up against that. But that God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change and the courage to change the things we can. So we cannot change the things that are outside of us. But what we can do is continue the good fight. Now, I'm far from perfect. And I like to say that, you know, there's a lot of work that needs to go into my character, but sometimes I wonder if I'll ever defeat some of the sins that I'm up against right now. Number two, trials and tribulations. This is where I usually fail at, right here. I usually fail when he throws a trial at me. It writes a tribulation and then it writes a revelations. Okay? So it's a triple whammy when you get hit with the test. And God will test you. God, trust me, he's going to send a test, but he's going to send one of the evil angels to do the test. Or one of his agents, which will be friends, family, strangers. He's going to send them on a test. Well, a mission, I call it a mission, to test you to see if you've learned anything. Because if you have learned something, then you'll get another key. And if you haven't learned anything, then you get stuck there, and you could get stuck there for a very long time. For me, I've been stuck in one location, two locations, pretty much since I was a kid. I'm still questioning whether I'll ever beat them. Because when I go under that test, I automatically fail. I don't know why. It's just been this way for a very long time. I've always failed when I went under the test of lust and drugs. So those two tests right there have caused me to fall since I was a kid. And it's still causing me to fall today. Number three, music frequency. Okay, the devil likes to attack with music frequency. But what the music frequency does, and I'm going to explain this, is that when it goes into the ear, it actually sends a ripple effect through the brain. What does it do? It changes the brain wave. Okay? So the lower the frequency, the lower the brain wave, the lower the activity. Okay? So your activity of your brain will not be fired up, and you won't be under the Most High God Society brainwave. You'll be under the devil's brainwave, which then he has access to get into your tabernacle, into your mind, into your head. And then this is how you'll hear the devil instead of God. This is just the truth. This is why he used music. He used music to influence the brainwave, to influence your voice, to get to your voice, to get to you working for him, the agency. Okay, number one. That was number one. Number four, what is he going to do? He usually attacks your finances. He wants you to submit. Okay? He needs you to submit. He needs you in submission. He needs you to tap out. And one of the ways he does that, finances. He loves to attack finances. Why? Because it creates emotional instability, okay? Creates emotional instability, and what may occur is a fight may break out within the family, within the friends, within a stranger. Let's just say if a stranger stole some money from you, that's a financial attack. For when it happens to me, I brush it off the shoulder and say, "Hey, keep it moving." You know, money is nothing to me. Nothing. It holds no principles that have ever benefited me. I've seen people with lots of money and they just blown it. Okay, just blew through money. So money is only there for if you're going to do something great with it, which is like get a farm, get some livestock, and you're going to look to not only build off that farmland, but you're going to look to reduce your taxes. Okay, you're going to go from 30, 40% to 10%. You're going to almost drop it by 30%, and you'll be in that tax reduction. Okay, a lot of people don't know this, but that's true. When you get a land and you put livestock and stuff on it, they actually will pay you. And how they do this is they reduce your taxes. So that's why you see farmers buying all them big farm equipment, because they can afford it. They're not getting hit over the head all the time. Plus they get loans and stuff that they can get taken out to help provide for those vehicles. Some of those vehicles are like $250,000, $500,000. Depends on which one you're getting these days. If it's self-ran, it's definitely going to be close to probably $500,000. If it's ran by a person like me or you, then it'd be more like probably around 150, 250,000. But it can never be good if you're spraying pesticides. Just remember that. If you're spraying pesticides, can't be good, because what happens is that the farmers have become lazy and they've lost sight of the way to maintain their crops. Because back in the day, we weren't spraying pesticides. So all of a sudden, the farmers have just gotten lazy and they just don't go out there and do it like by hand, which is just plucking off the insects and stuff. And there's probably some type of something you could do with it. That's an old remedy that you just don't hear about it anymore. That was used as a technique. We were very highly sophisticated people. It's not like we just became dumb yesterday, even though it looks like our society's gotten dumb today. That's because AI is artificial intelligence. So what happened to the characters? They became artificial robots, okay? Which means the intelligence that they have was artificial anyways, and they were just taking in this lighting system and this hearing system, and they were implementing and copying it, and this would turn them into what we call artificial robots. Why? Because they're copying what AI is. They're not even legit characters anymore. They don't come out with content that is literally worth watching, because you know it's not real. Now they might say my demon videos ain't real, or that my photographs ain't real, that I photoshopped all that stuff. Y'all is out here AI and everything, buddy. Don't tell me I didn't AI nothing. Those are all legit. Those were all my work. That's all my work put into this. And they stole some of my work. They took 3 of my channels. 3. Banned them. I couldn't even access the information to get my videos anymore. So I've lost a lot of good videos. But I said, okay, it's okay. And I accepted it. So I fired up 10 channels. And I attacked them even harder. I said, if you're gonna ban me, then you obviously know I did something correct. And it goes against your morals. Or your not your morals, it goes against your hierarchy. And that's why we're gonna go to number 5. Demons, entities, and monsters. Attachments. Okay, this could be like watching a movie. You could watch a movie like Lilo and Stitch. That's going to put a gremlin on your daughter, a super gremlin. I swear to God, to tell you the truth, I would never lie to you. It'll put a super gremlin right on your daughter, your son. Watching Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. Those are going to put demons on your children as well. Don't know exactly which one to put on there, but if I had to take a guess, it'd probably be another super gremlin. So, these super gremlins, you can't see them. They're spiritual beings, but they're in the spiritual realm. So if you step foot in the spiritual realm, it ain't what you think it is, brothers and sisters. I had a vehicle when I was in Harrisonburg, Virginia. I got the paperwork right here. This is my charges right here. I got charged right here. So that's my charges. That's when the fallen angels attacked. They attacked me, trying to lock me up now. They were trying to put me away for a very long time. Yeah, lock him up, boys. And it was the offsprings though. It wasn't literally legit offspring. It wasn't the fallen angels. It was their children. They attacked me. I call them the bush creatures, the valley of shadow of death, which is the brothers and sisters. Okay? I'm sorry to say it. The brothers and sisters, that's one of their crews. They run both. They run the bush creatures and the valleys. Okay? That's just the truth. And the pagans are more like reptilians and stuff. You're going to see them more as reptilians. The Greys, don't know entirely sure who the Greys are, but the Greys exist down. They're on the earth. They will come to the earth. Not entirely sure how they get down here, but they really do exist. They really do exist, and they're really about 4 foot tall. Just like they said, 4 foot creatures. Yes, sir. And they come in with these cloaked hoodies. So it's like basically it's like a robe, but I call it a cloak because that's how they stay in their invisibility mode. They stay cloaked in these technology cloaking devices. That's one of the ways. Now they're not bound to humans' eyesight neither, and because unless humans go into the spirit realm, because God has separated us from all of these entities, okay, from physically seeing them. So we were such at a basic level that we didn't have any understanding of any of these entities anyways, besides the female had contact with them. The female was contacting them more than the males were. So the males really don't know too much about what I'm talking about, but the females do. They know about the demons, the entities, and the monsters. Number 6, people, places, and things, which is equal to magnetic energy. Okay? People, places, and things. Every place you go, you're going to attract magnetic energy. Okay? And it's going to be the opposite of whatever you're producing. If I'm producing high frequency, I'm going to attract low frequency characters. Why? It's just the way the law of attraction works. It'll attract low frequency characters. Now, if a high frequency character is in the area, it'll obviously notice you. It'll be noticed. It'll be triggered by the energy. It'll sense it. because they have sensors within the structure of the mind, which is a compass. Okay, you have a compass that's spinning, and you also have, it's invisible compass, so you can't see it, but you also have a navigational system, which is a built-in GPS, which is God's personal signal, and you need this God's personal signal, this GPS, in order to navigate your way through the realm. Okay, and this navigational system will be how you can encounter demons and angels in the flesh of a human being. Okay, and then you would know that you were entertaining an angel or a demon at the time that you had encountered their presence. One time I encountered a demon. I was on the bus in Alexandria, Virginia. I was probably 4 or 5 months sober, and a demon decided to want to attack me. Why? Because I was doing good in my life and I was choosing God, and the demon knew I had a mission coming up. So he wanted to throw an attack at me. And he used a female. But the female was drinking vodka or some type of liquor on the bus. And the demon was speaking through her. So she actually allowed her body to be possessed in the moment of time. So it was temporary possession. I don't think it was full possession, but she definitely got temporarily possessed by a body jumper, one of those demons. They followed me to this location, and then it would yell at me and basically want to start a fight with me through this female. Now, I cannot remember exactly the words that were spoken, but it was violent. It was violent. It was a sister. Unfortunately, it was a sister, and all I was doing was helping some Chinese guy get to his house. And the way I was doing that was through a texting app that would translate English to an Asian language. And when I would produce to get this Asian language to this guy, she literally openly attacked me, and it was basically a jealousy. The demon was jealous because I was helping people, basically. And it happened in a place, it happened by people, and it was one of those things that you just can't explain to where people will believe you, you know. But it's not for them to believe you, it's for me to believe it, because it happened to me, okay? If it happened to you, you would come to me with the story, you would tell me, and you'd want me to believe it. Exactly the same as if I tell you the story, okay? If I tell you the story, I expect you to sit there, shut up, listen to the story, and accept it. And that's why we're moving on to number 7. There's no love, no loyalty, no honesty, and no commitment towards the community to the truth over a lie. Okay? And what this basically means is that the community has lied to everybody and says that they're not worshiping demons in America, that they're not LGBTQ approved right now. I got that on here. Don't worry. That's coming up next. Don't worry. You know I got to smack you out the park again. We don't play around with that. So, when you attack somebody's identity, you don't attack the sexual identity, do you? And that's what it seems that is occurred down here. They attack the sexual identity of the part and convinced them that they needed the other sexual part. And that if they didn't have the other sexual part, they would never be satisfied in their journey towards whatever it was they were aiming for in life. Don't know exactly what they were aiming for, but what I could tell you is that they're demonically possessed. Every single one of them that states LGBTQ is demonically possessed. I'm sorry to say it, they are. They're filled with the unclean spirit, and it's just the truth to it. You can't deny the truth, because the truth is here. It's right in front of you. I do what everybody else does, and still, do I look demonically possessed? Even if a demon was in the vessel, does it look like it can control me? Sometimes the only thing you're going to see me out of character is masturbation towards females. But that's been my problem since I was a kid. Since I was like 12. My uncle used to have magazines in his bathroom. Hustler and Playboy. You could just go over there and they were smoking crack and marijuana and doing a bunch of coke and stuff in the house. We thought it was just the holidays. And we were just celebrating the holidays. We were playing Tiger Woods on the old Xbox. The original. This when we were growing up. We thought we were just there celebrating. Holidays. But really we were there we were there to support somebody getting high and drunk. And this is why I fall into it so much now, because this is all they showed me growing up. And I was a smart enough kid that I could pick up on this stuff. Now, could I get them to confess it? No. They'll never confess what they don't want to confess. That they're liars. My own family calls us to be drug addicts and stuff, alcoholics. All my family has followed suit. Every one of them. It's drink, 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 drink. Low key, do drugs. You speak out on them now. It is what it is. It's within every family structure, so it's not like I'm telling you about my family. I'm telling you about everybody's family. It's just the way it goes. These people have lost their effing minds, man. There's no hope left, really. So then we ran into number 8, LGBTQ, which equals attack on children's sexual identity. It's not the attack on the gender. Because it technically is an attack on the gender. Because if you're going to attack another person, your own gender, and you're going to, they convince the child to attack its own gender. I don't even know how they did it. Besides that, it came through these televisions and phones and tablets. The 3 devices that the kid uses the most is how they got to the child by lowering that freaking brainwave. They could easily manipulate the masses, which were the children, and they would lower the brainwave during development stages of the brain developing, and they would have these low vibrational frequency seances going on in the background, like "All Hail Satan, All Hail Satan." And this is coming off from Justin Bieber songs and stuff, and Taylor Swift songs. They're coming off of all of these people's songs. And this is why everybody's been in these hypnoses. Everybody's in hypnosis. They're in the movie called Get Out. Literally, they're sitting in a sunken place. And when you hit them with a flash of a light, it's like, yo, I woke up for a sec. I'm up. Yo, they got me, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he said. He's like, put him back to sleep. And they put him back to sleep. Yeah, he went right back to sleep. You found out like somebody had transferred their soul into the character's body. And the character was fighting with his soul in the body. I was like, dang, man, they were doing conscious transfers into other characters that were alive. And then you realize this was the movie Selfless. I think it was called. I might be wrong, but I know it's something less. It's with Ryan Reynolds. And he was like that with that billionaire. And the dude, they came in, they were starting these wars. And one of the guys came up off of the war. He was dead. He was young. And they used that body and they fired it back up to transfer a billionaire's consciousness and download everything. I don't think they can transfer the spirit. They can do everything else, but they can't transfer the spirit. So eventually it'll be hosting demons and then it'll become demonic. I don't believe you can transfer the spirit of God over. I don't think he'll allow it. Why? Because it's not legal. You're doing illegal activity. You are breaking what we call one of the spiritual laws. Number 9, drugs. So after you got LGBTQ, you get number 9, drugs. They're all linked together. Between LGBTQ and drugs, they're all linked together. And they're all linked. They're all linked to the devil's plan as well. Equals humans that are demonically possessed. Okay? Drugs equal humans that are demonically possessed. I don't care what anybody says. I know for a fact because I do the drugs. So you're going to tell me what I know to be true? Don't even dare deny it. Because you're going to deny a person who's actively using. So it allows the human to be under demonic possession. Okay? Now this could be temporary demonic possession or full demonic possession. Some of them are fully demonic possessed. I'm just going to tell you that now. That some of them are fully demonically possessed. Yes, they're not coming back because the demon has taken over. They have lost the battle. And how did it happen? Well, it goes like this. When you do a drug long enough, eventually it has the ability to manipulate you. And this is how you continue to relapse. Okay? Because how it'll do it is it'll manipulate you through somebody out in the realm. You won't even be trying to be getting high. You'll be getting a couple days here and there. You maybe have like 11, 12 days. All of a sudden you get a knock at the door and you know it's no good. But then you're like, I'm the nice guy, man. These guys are the gun carriers and the gun toters and stuff like that. Like I said, the door is always, somebody fucking always knocking late at night. I told you, man, shit never stops. So, we're going to go with number 10. Number 10, 7 deadly sins equals the most evil spirits. They arrive at your doorstep, you know what I'm saying? Because it's devil's agency. He already knows. They're going to knock and knock and knock. And it's just annoying, man. You see how the devil works? I'm telling you. You see how the devil works? Because I got a video going right now. The devil sent one of his agents to come disturb me and distract me. Okay? That's why we're going with number 11. Trust no one to tell you the truth when time can tell you if they are a demon in the flesh. So a demon just knocked on my door. It's arrived at my door. And that's why you got to beware of evil spirits, which equals trouble. Okay? That's number 12. Number 12 is going to be beware of evil spirits because it's trouble. Okay? It will arrive at your doorstep. Like I said, since I've been here, I told CSB not to put me in this location, but they work for the evil. There are the agency of Satan. I'm sorry to say it. I remember the day when their whole entire unit up there was yelling at me, telling me to come up here. And it was a bunch of demon shadows. And I'm like, I ain't going up there. I'm going to my hotel room and going back to safety. Because as long as I stay in safe zones, I'm all right. I'm all right. But as long as if I open that door, I'm given opportunity to fall again. You know what I'm saying? So it just never ends, man. I'm telling you, it just never ends. I told you, the devil this is his plan. And he knows it is. That's why he came in that knock. 13. Be cautious when making a choice in life that you choose wisely or fall into the pit. Okay? Because as long as you're under this devil's plan, you're in the pit. You're in the pit. Hold up. Pit. What's my grandma's last name? Pitt. Seffi Pitt. So, you know what it is. It's time to get you there. Faster than you ever got there before. You know, pit stop. Next call, pit stop. You know, record time on how to take four wheels off and put them on. The most important one is number 14, okay? Number 14 is going to be a very, very important one. It's going to deny the offsprings, okay? Deny the offsprings. The offsprings are within the hierarchy system. I'm sorry, Shay. The ones that call you every name in the book that they got always something to say on their podcast. They're the fallen children. You know, like Mr. Beast and all them. They're all fallen children of the offsprings. Come on now. It's clear indication. You thought, like, dude, the dude was like, he's like, I'm just holding up the end of my contract. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what kind of contract? He said, it's the one I made with the devil. I said, perfect. You made a contract with the devil, and you got to uphold your end. Why? Because he'll come collect. So he knows what it is. And he knows what it is. The devil will collect. He collects just like God collects. But if God overrules him, then God will collect the soul that he chose to go to hell at first and then redeemed himself. I mean, you can redeem yourself out of hell, but most people don't want to confess Christ is Lord. That Christ is King of all kings, the Lord of all lords. And a lot of people don't want to confess that. A lot of people don't want to get baptized. And then when they do, they play the lukewarm character. They play the lukewarm character. You're going to see me play the light, but it's just not going to be the light you like. It's going to be the balance. The balance system, dark and light, together. Why? You're heading into a war. You better prep for that darkness. Shoot. You think this war is going to be fought with light? No, it's fought with darkness. Your own evil. You're going to have to kill people to protect your little kid. You're going to shoot somebody. You're going to take another man's life. Shoot. Or he's going to take her little undies off. You better make a choice. You better make a choice fast, boys. Shush them. Shush the predators. The pedophiles. Across the entire global system. The drug dealers, the drug cartels. Shush them. We're the light. We must fight. It ain't over till we're all dead. They have to kill us all. And once they start seeing their little kids pop up dead everywhere, it'll change your heart. Especially when these straight parents are starting to see their kids pop up dead that were LGBTQ. Because they're going to be raped and murdered in front of him, and then he's going to be like, well, goddamn, I thought you were a boy. No, boys, you weren't a boy. When that man found out you had a pussy, oh boy, he took it from her, didn't he? So, somebody, you can thank Obama and Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama, which I already said. I meant to say Biden and Kamala Harris. And you could thank their regime. their fallen system. Because the Republicans weren't about that. That was the Democrats. So even though the Republicans are the offsprings as well, they're not looking to go into that type of darkness towards God. They weren't looking towards doing that. That took a special character. That's why I said it had to be Abaddon. And then Abaddon worships, or it was Baal. The spirit of Baal. And then he left his imprint on that movie, Leave the World Behind. He put Baal up there on who he worships. Which means he was an offspring, and probably his dad was Baal. So, just to be truthful with you, and he had a gay spirit on him. So it made him even more evil. Because he had a gay spirit on him, his husband had a gay spirit on him, and they were into children. So those children that you seen that were in the family, they were having sex with them. Hello? They were having sex with them. A transgender and a supposedly man or male, we don't know what he identified with truly. At the end of the day, most likely identified as a transgender too. So I believe that they were both transgenders now. And they were sleeping with the little two girls. And that's when they were caught at Pizzagate. Shut the fuck up. When your motherfuckers gonna come out here and tell the truth? Don't you dare try to cover it up now, motherfuckers. Because we're coming for you. Within that hierarchy system, y'all motherfuckers is dead, boys. Where you gonna run? To the bunkers? We're gonna thermite that joint. We'll be in there. No time. You got hatches out here in these woods. These exit hatches. That's where you can thermite the door. You're not invincible. You're not unstoppable. Your money is the only thing that protects you right now. And that's why that Wall Street needs to fail. When that does, your money dries up day one. You ain't got nothing to protect you no more, boys. All your security guards may turn on you that day and kill you. Just because they ain't getting paid by you no more. They can finally put your ass to rest. You're going to sleep soon. Trust me. All them little kids you like raping and shit down here, buddy. 800,000 a year. Go on mission. The most across the entire world. Come out of the least population. What's the chances? Then he wants to go set up shop in Hawaii? With Mark Zuckerberg? Oh, he's a child pedophile. Little pedo boys. Like he wasn't one of those pedo boys. Yeah. Well, it's just begun. I ain't even been really writing up stuff, bro. But the way I'm feeling, I'm gonna keep writing. I'm gonna write till you're dead. Till God sings that song. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. From Mount Sinai. Yeah. No child deserves to go through what it's been through down here. Man, it's like the movie The Shack. You ever watch it? You might want to watch it. About some guy taking a little girl's panties off and raping her. And he crashes in the movie too. Because the father went so crazy, he lost his effing mind for a minute until he met Christ and redeemed him. Because he didn't know what to do, because he went to save his son who was drowning in a lake when a canoe flipped over, and he left his daughter for 1 second in the camp, and somebody came and snatched her up to take her panties off and rape and murder her in a little cabin. And kill her. That's how shit these fuckers are down here. And they do this on a daily. Getting high on these drugs. This isn't a fucking game down here no more. It's a place where a war zone gonna pop up. And you're gonna be hiding underground when we come down there to get you. Because if a civil war breaks out here, guess what? Go hide underground. Perfect timing, boys. We're taking military bases. It's time for us to go down. We could take them bunkers. You're going to survive for a little bit longer than they do. Trust me. The only thing that you're going to have to do is seal off the hatches when the water comes in. Because we're going to blow some of them tunnels. I'm telling you. They're going to find them, buddy. All you got to do is get to the subway station, and that's where you blow the tunnel at. And let that water shield in there. Because it's going to be the most open port to the whole system. Is that subway station. Where that train is where you can flood the whole entire system. When that water comes. And kill them all. And then trap them down there. They'll never make it out. The only way out would be the exit hatches, but they'll be most likely underwater. Well, or in the ice age. I forgot, you might be in the pole. Where it's negative 100 degrees, so by the time you get to an exit hatch, you could be 6 feet deep in the snow. And that's just where when you first open it. It's actually like 30 feet. Because of how much snow has piled up already. You ain't making it out of here. The only ones that survive this one is the light. You know, when it says high officials and stuff like that, God knows exactly who's going to be on what plane and when they're going to take off. And how they're going to take off. You ever seen tornadoes, earthquakes, and hurricanes and stuff going off all at the same time? Well, it's called a cataclysmic event. Come to get the witches, warlocks, and wizards and their kids playing these tarot cards. We came to collect. They're going to get raped and murdered. For serving fallen angels, you're going to see what you get for when you make that choice and it's game over. It's God's time. When he shuts the party down and they get to raping and murdering you. Because the game ain't going anymore. You're in the time of the ending. When the fallen angels just go all out. They don't give a fuck no more. Because they know it's coming for them. The only ones who make it out of that is repentance. The ones in repentance. And we don't know who's in repentance. Repenting of their sins from the fallen dimension. If any will make that choice. Maybe they've fallen so far from understanding there is no repentance in them. You got the dumbest fallen angel and you got the wisest. Usually the dumbest wants out. Why? Because he's got probably some understanding. He just considered to be the dumbest. That was like little Nicky, the kid. Some kids are just brought into it and don't even know what to do. It's sad though, the only way you wake them up is rape and murder. That's it. That's the only way to wake these people up. To get them raped and murdered and shot and, Is this really what you want? You want to be raped and murdered? Your little kids? Your wife? You by a transgender? A woke male? He wants to take your butthole. Oh my God, he finally gets to take, he ain't going to just take your butthole, he's going to take your wife's. You don't think he's that sick? He's that sick. These ain't normal characters. These characters are supposed to be in Western State. Instead, they lock people up like me and tell me I'm the crazy motherfucker because I didn't follow suit with this society and go along with the regime. And that's why Russia will not stop. I'll tell it not to stop. Keep going, Russia. Defend your country and defend the world. Do it at all costs. You're just doing your job. You got little ones, and you're up against Satan and the fallen angels. But surely shall it say, Archangel, right in shoddy Russia, where that pole is, located in that ice. Which means there could have been an archangel out there. One of the archangel locations. Don't know if it was a fallen ark or if it was a... But don't forget that Russia got warned. So it don't have a choice. It's got to do its job now. It got warned by a meteorite. Came through. In 2013, I believe. I believe it came in the same year as the beginning of the Tav, when that went up. The war would break out in 2022. The mockery of Christ would begin in 2024. Demon time was called in 2019. The end of the world by 2032. Everybody would be dead. All the way down to about 100 people. That'd be it. That'd be what would be left. And it'd be 100 people of each culture. It'd be a little bit, it'd probably be a lot more than that, but it'd just be islands that survived that through the electromagnetic pole of energy. It shifted it and turned and made sure the wave didn't hit it. Which would be like the Bermuda Triangle. That island's not going to get hit. So if you can get there, you can survive. That island's not going to get hit. He's going to have it force fielded with an invisible force field. That's an island that won't go underwater. I know BB for a fact because that's where he would tell me to go. And then you would have to make it in. So you'd have to either fly in or take the boat in. I'd take the boat in to see how legit God really was. I would test him. Will he let me get in? Because a storm can appear out of nowhere when you're in there. And if God was really on your side, He'll let you to the island.